everyone! Happy Friday! Alpha, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Oh, the dogs already started to bark. Like we just started the stream and they already started.
Yeah, did they hear my voice and they're like, "Oh, that's that Serenityguy. Let's bark at him." Come on, you're like what, tens of thousands of miles away, man. And they're already barking at me. Crazy.
So I think you shouldn't be coming to South Africa. They'll just be like hunting you down. They're going to hear you and you just see a whole pack running at you, just like, we don't want to see that.
Whoa, we don't deal with bald people here. No. Yeah, they'll hunt me down. It's like there's some weird alien thing going or something. So, hey, everybody, welcome back to Friday. It has been a crazy week, and we're going to get into some of that today. But as you know, every Friday we try to get together, let you know that you're not alone in this craziness, because it's getting scary, just flat out scary. So kick back, relax, throw your shoes at the door, pour yourself a drink, or better yet, make it two, because it has been an exceptional week. If I had another hand, I'd have a third, but I don't. Oh, there you go. Alpha's got the monster going. Middle of the night, he's rocking monsters. Gonna be a party. We got Wild Angel in the house. That's hi everyone. You what?
How else am I gonna stay awake? Like it's literally 1 a.m. right now. You know, I need something to give me that boost.
Hey, nothing wrong. I am the last person to judge. Believe it or not, no way. And we got Sonic Siren say, hello, everyone. Hey, Sonic, good to see you, buddy. It's been a while, man. We have missed you. So there might even be something from Sonic we may have to hear from a little bit later. I don't know. See if I can dig if there's any extra little info. So see how it's going. Walden says, still amazing song after hearing it so many times. It is. I love the Serenity song, and thank you to Sonic Siren for sharing that. Now, make sure to put the link in the chat on every video. Make sure to go in and check out Sonic Siren. If you've never heard the song entirely, we will play it at the end. But man, go out and check out some of his other songs. Absolutely amazing, especially in these trying times. They really give you some hope and support. So Sonic says, so glad here. Resonate with the Wild Angel. Absolutely. And we got Nexus in the house. Crypto flash crash. Yeah, no kidding. All my crypto news went out the window. I looked at the chart in the last hour and it's like, holy, what happened? So we're going to dive into that. And so instead of the normal long rundown of DeFi and crypto, things like that, we're going to get into this flash crash. So Nexus, thank you for bringing that up, because things are going to get crazy. I think we're going to see a lot of interesting things this week. But I know we have some amazing people with us who are going to give us some insight to that. So Alpha, how much news have you studied up on this crypto crash and what occurred here in the last, hour and a half?
I didn't even know that happened. I've been chilling like outside of the crypto world for the past few hours because I've just been catching up some series. You know, got to catch up sometimes. So now I'm hearing about this now.
It is crazy. And let me share this real quick. So what actually occurred is a news broadcast, of course, from Mr. Donald Trump. And I'll give you the real quick, and then we'll get everybody up here and we'll go into the depth of it. We'll find out why before we hit our topic for tonight. But Trump just announced he's going to put an extra 100% tariffs on China imports and adds export controls on critical software.
Whoa.
I mean, that's huge. That had a major effect. Now, when we talk about a flash crash, what are we talking about? Let's take a look here at the Ethereum chart. This is the 15-minute chart here, guys. And what I want you to pay special attention to is this huge spike. It dropped from, 4,000 down to 3,511. I mean, that's 20%?
Yeah, that is huge. What?
That's a freaking crash from hell. That is insane crash. Now, it did bounce back up. Now, the question is, will it keep going down or is it going to go up? It's going to get crazy. And damn, we got CK in the house. Awesome.
Hi, CK. That is crazy. Wow.
So, ETH dipped nearly to 3650. This is showing. Of course, I'm looking at this is 3513. And it's on TradingView, so it depends on which one, of course, you're looking at. But it was terrifying. I mean, everything you look at did a huge drop. So we're gonna get into that here in a quick sec. Get through the comments here, see who's hanging with us. Yeah, Wild Angel says, hi Nexus, hi Odin. Hey Odin, good to have you with us. Hey CK. Odin's with it, all right. $4 to a penny. Yeah. Dude, my AVAX dropped all the way down to $10. Last I looked, it was setting close to 30. It's like, cool. It did a flash crash way down. So it's been scary. Been scary indeed. But
I mean, I literally just looked at AVAX, I think like 2 hours ago, and it was at 26. You're telling me to touch 10. That is crazy.
Dude,
what?
Yeah. Things went insane. Let's check my market cap. So, because yeah, AVAX is one. This is what freaked me out. So let's pull this up here.
Everyone just panic sold. Instant panic sold.
Right. Check out this candle. This is market cap. We were sitting at 11.98 billion. Spiked all the way down to 3.8 billion. I mean, yeah, that
is insane.
A lot of liquidations. So we're gonna get to that. We're getting into what's going on there. But in the DeFi world, of course, not a lot going on. I know that token 2042,
2049.
Is that the numbers?
Yes.
All right, guys. I have had a rough day over the last 24 hours with some personal issues with my son and things like that. So my brain is not all here. So I do apologize. So this is going to be kind of a carefree stop-in on Friday night. And I'm hoping our guests have a lot more logical information. So yeah. But I know at that token event, there was a lot of talk about DePIN. They're really planning on DePIN becoming one of the next solid foundations with adoption and building that decentralized private infrastructure network. So I know we've talked a lot about different projects in the past. We've seen a few really come to fruition. Most have crashed and burned. Most were built on nothing. Now they're really talking about bringing out real-world solutions in actual business sense versus just a whole, hey, buy this cool toy and you'll make money on it. Yeah, they want to get rid of that. They really want to focus on real-world assets. They're making a change. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Never play on leverage. It is.
That's a very interesting shift. I mean, you'd think that DePIN would kind of be something that from the get-go has focused more on the real-world side of things. And like Helium as an example, Helium is basically just a real-world app. It's something that you use in the real world because it's a data network. And that's kind of what DePIN has always been to me. It's something where you can actually make use of it in the real world. But I know at some point that kind of got completely thrown out the window and everyone just started printing tokens for no reason and selling these devices and making like, I don't know, probably if they're selling for $30, they're getting at least $20 out of each sale. So yeah, people were just making the people creating these DePIN devices rich at some point. So it's kind of, it's a good change that we've seen a more RWA tied to things. I think it will make a huge difference. I mean, I know of a few protocols that if they had their own DePIN devices or even used IoT devices would be huge. Like one I know is called Offline Pay, where you wouldn't need an internet connection to actually transact with your stables. Like that's already something amazing. So maybe we'll see a little more of a shift towards those sorts of things, the more Helium-esque. I think that will be great, hopefully.
I think it will. And that's kind of what I've been hoping for. I mean, honestly, as you guys have seen, I've not been doing a lot of videos on DePIN because so many of them I've gotten, I've reviewed, I've checked out. They might be great devices. One is like Brusho. It's a great electronic toothbrush. Wild Angel's been using it for months. Works awesome. But how are you actually going to have a revenue stream from that? Let's be realistic. It just doesn't make any sense. So unless they can give solid foundation of what that revenue stream is and how it's going to continue to grow after the sales of the device, then I'm just not going to cover it. I'm not going to dive into it because I think it's just selling more hopium. So you know what? I have no problem waiting until I have something I thoroughly believe in before I start putting out more content videos of these device things like that. Because the last thing I want you to do is buy something because I said it was a good thing and turned out that no, you got wrecked on it. That's going to happen sometimes. I can't guarantee it. Like I said, don't listen to me. Don't listen to that guy or anybody else. Do your own research and decide for yourself. But I can definitely try to filter out the garbage as best I can. So, I mean, want to say hi?
We want things that have a real world tie. But
right, exactly.
We missed a lot in the chat.
We did. Yeah, the chat's going nuts, man. This is great. Ashley, good to see you there. It's been a while. We missed you. Welcome back. And yeah, there's a lot of things happening in the chat. A lot of things happening in the crypto world. So let's get everybody up here. Let's dive into this. Now, the only thing in the DeFi world, guys, I do want to give you an update because I've been trying to do this every week, is with Pokes. Now, Pokes is one that I started this adventure. Not saying you should or shouldn't, but I'm giving you a play-by-play on what's going on just to keep you up to date. So with Pokes, I invested $100 back in August 13th. And so far, I've been earning between 5 to 2%. Yeah, percent, because it's $100, so that's a percent per week. So it's been doing pretty well. I can't really complain. It's a nice long-term play, and it's all based on the Monstro universe. So if you want to know more about it, make sure to jump over to Monstros, talk to various of the team members there. It's one of those kind of degen plays I've been doing, but I've been pretty happy with it. And if you got any thoughts, comments, or anything you want to share about Monster or Pokes, definitely toss it in the chat.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be cool. I think I've spoken to Varys a bit, and hopefully we can drag him up on stage at some point soon. Just to fight with him a little bit about things on Monster side too.
Yeah, that would be fun.
And he's got a lot of insights into a lot of the crypto world too, so it would be good. It would be good to see how things look from, I suppose, his side of the world, where it's a lot of liquidity and trading insights that he has to constantly take note of. But yeah, maybe soon.
Right.
I did have something also. It's not exactly DeFi related or anything investment,
That's
you
fine.
could say, but Revoke.cash introduced the monetization earlier. It's nothing huge. It's nothing that's going to be like, oh, this is massive. I'm never using Revoke.cash again. It's actually very good. So they've only introduced a $1.50 fee on batch revokes. So if you, let's say you want to do, I think it's up to, I don't know, it's like 50 or 100 revokes at once. You just pay a $1.50 fee for that instead of doing each one by one, which is really
nice.
cool. They only do this because they're not getting grants anymore like they used to. So they've been around for 6 years. They've helped, probably tens of millions, hundreds of millions revokes happen. But because grants dried up, so they can't keep the lights on, now they're just introducing this really subtle way of like, help us pay the bills. And it's cool. Right. It's really cool. I think I need to go approve a bunch of transactions so that I can go, just revoke it.
Yeah, capitalize upon it. Absolutely. So yeah, it's kind of weird the way things are changing, and I'm seeing a lot in the chat. There's a lot of chaos going on, guys. We've talked about this week after week after week. Try to give you a heads up, even though we try to stay non-political or non-religious. You got to pay attention to what's going on out there, because these big people, the big names like Trump and people, they're making things happen. Make no mistake, this flash crash was all about Trump's announcements, and what they do does affect us little people. Make no mistake. So how is Zek holding? CK, I don't know. How is Zek holding?
How is it? I know the last screenshot I saw, Zek was doing very well. So
was it?
Huh. Did it crash? Did it crash with everything else? Or is like the privacy coin's like, oh nah, we ain't about that. Don't worry.
I'm not sure if that's the right Zek or not. I don't know. What happened?
I suppose just search like Zek on what coin market cap or something. Let me see.
Yeah, because I'm on TradingView. So you do that. I'm going to bring up Wild Angel, and we'll see if we can get you an answer for that, CK. So, Wild Angel.
Hi, guys.
How's your crazy week been?
Zcash, here we go.
I'm really, really glad it's Friday and it's a 3-day weekend. And I get a whole 3 days.
No way.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
So, because it's mid-term, it's like going to be the end of the 4th week of my term at school. Thanks, Ashley. And I built in a catch-up weekend just in case. So, like, when I first started this term, I asked for this Saturday off to give me that space in case I was behind. And so, you're muted, Serenity.
I saw that.
So I built that in, and it happens to fall on a 3-day weekend. I do have to go into Lowe's for 2 hours on Sunday night, but compared to a 6-hour shift, I'll take 2 and enjoy a 3-day weekend. Because, I could really use it right now.
Definitely. It has been a crazy week. So, I think it's a good time to recharge and just energize this weekend.
Yeah.
Now, somebody else.
CK.
There's our Zcash update.
There you go.
It dipped real bad, and then it just recovered instantly,
right back
basically.
Wow, I wish everything else came right back up.
I mean, it's still 13% up over the 1 day. That is insane.
That is
85% over
great.
the last 7 days. It's probably like 1 million up. Okay, there we go. So yeah, Zcash is still doing good. There you go,
Right
CK.
on. There you go, CK. You're still golden, brother. So, well, and somebody who always is keeping an eye on the market and lets us know what's going on is none other than Mr. Cyro Kier himself. What's up, brother?
Hi, Sarah.
Hello. How are you all doing this evening?
Doing good, my man.
Hi,
About you,
Sai.
bro?
Hi. It's been a while.
How was your vacation?
It was good. Very busy, but good.
Yeah, you've been kind of
Good.
everywhere, man. So fill us in. Where'd you go? What'd you do? Because all I've seen is cool pictures. It's like, wow, I want to go there.
Well, the last week of September, my father and I went on our first ever father-son getaway. And we went up
Ooh.
to Connecticut and Rhode Island. We checked out a bunch of stuff up there. Sorry, let me mute my phone.
I bet you it's
Hey,
gorgeous
fries
up
are
there
done.
this time of year.
Oh, yeah, it was beautiful. The weather was fantastic. It was like 62, 63 at night, but it felt closer to like 72 at night because we were right there on the shore, right? Yeah, they don't have seashells on the beach there. They have rocks, which doesn't sound exciting at first. And I didn't believe it either when my father told me that when he brought my grandmother down to that beach, he spent 3 hours picking up rocks. And I was like, what? That sounds silly. However, they call it sea glass because these rocks have essentially been tumble polished and they're shiny, gorgeous, and they're like little beads of quartz and marble and all these various, like, what you would pay money for to get as a grab bag from a cave with all those little rocks, in the box. And you just pay like $5 or $6. Well, that's what it used to be 20 years ago. Who knows what it is now for a bag. But those, they're just all over the beach. Everywhere.
Oh,
That's
wow.
crazy. Pre-tumbled, pre-polished, you're just good to go. It's like, oh, right, there's my aquarium.
Yeah,
Clean.
Pretty
Clean
much.
and ready to go. Wow.
Yeah, and they're gorgeous. Yeah, I shared a couple pictures of those rocks, I believe, in the Discord back when I was doing that. And then we went up to this last weekend, the family. So I took the wife and the kiddo we went up to Woodlock Resort, and we spent the weekend up there. It was a long weekend, but a very fun weekend.
Good.
Nice. Yeah.
It's
I
those
noticed you
moments
even-
that make the connections.
I know, so you even took your ducks for a walk.
Oh, there's duckies. I mean,
We did, and if you actually check in your Discord, in the Project of Depression, there's a post that just popped up there at 7:08 p.m. From Facebook that Project Duck Depression made about the entire little trip that we did.
Aw.
So be sure to check that out. It was fun.
Let's go check it out. Right now.
I'm looking forward to doing nothing this weekend.
I hear ya. I am right there with ya. Oh, I do have to clean out the garden. But other than that, that's it.
Let's see if it stops raining.
Yeah.
oh, is it raining? Oh, but
I went out and it
guys
was
are
just
going into
downpouring. I'm
winter.
like, what's going on?
You guys
So,
are going
guys,
into winter.
If you have not joined the Discord or checked out Project Duck Depression, I highly recommend it. They are on a journey to make everybody smile because there's always somebody out there fighting a battle. And believe it or not, spreading little ducks around makes a difference in this world. I've done it many times myself. I've left them at restaurants, concert halls, you name it, we've ducked them. And in fact, Wild Angel there has a pile of ducks. She's going to duck bomb the whole damn city.
There are 1,040 ducks right here.
Nice.
Who?
That didn't work. It didn't go right.
You did it again. You got to move that there. There we go. There you go.
Okay.
That's a lot of ducks.
That is a lot of ducks.
So I'm going to Kansas City again in November for another work trip. And I'm thinking the NAIC building. I'm thinking Jack Stack Barbecue. And then what's left is going to Denver in February, to East Denver. Because I'm going for the whole damn event this time.
Yeah.
Serenity might come later, because that way he's not bored out of his mind and I have time to think.
I'll find something to do.
Send them to the arcade or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, East
Yeah.
Denver has a whole new site this year, whole new venue. It's supposed to be more tech friendly, so they're not going to
That'd be
struggle
nice.
so much with their internet and everything.
Mhm.
So,
Nice.
Minister of Church of the Gnomes. I
Perfect.
love it.
I love it.
Wow. Serenity, you're muted. That was a very wonderful TED talk. Thank you. You're muted. Still muted.
Serenity, hit the button.
You're still muted.
We
I
told
love
you
that
3
TED talk.
times.
That was
It's been a rough day.
Amazing.
Sorry. Thank you.
You know, the one bad thing about Serenity being empathic is when I'm struggling and just barely in survival mode, he picks that up.
you
So,
practice. Oh, he
you're
was
muted
practicing
again,
his
Serenity.
mime.
I was practicing my mind.
He was practicing his mime. Yes, yes. That makes so much sense now. That makes a lot of sense. I
Totally
understood
practicing.
your mime.
One of these days, I'm going to learn sign language. That way, when I do it, I can just start signing, so I don't look
Yeah.
quite as retarded as I usually do. This is the way my whole week's been, guys. I do apologize. And yes, Wild Angel has been going through some rough times. I had a rough time yesterday. Took my son out on his motorcycle ride to sign over the bike to him. He survived.
Ooh.
That was the rule. But unfortunately, he did lay it down once. No serious injury. I got some scratches. His wrist got a little bit tweaked, but nothing horrible. But I was kind of losing sleep because, like, man, did I push him too hard? Did I make him hate it? He went and stayed with his girlfriend last night, and so I didn't sleep well. Tossed and turned all night. Woke up early, all cranky and messed up. Finally, he got home today, and I had to sit down. It's like, honestly, son, tell me, do you think it was a bad idea? And because I was so terrified that I actually poisoned his mind on something that I love so much. He's like, no, Dad, you know what? You taught me something that I would never have known had I not pushed it. And so he's saying, even though there were some negatives, there was a lot of positive, and he really grew from it. So that's like this huge weight off my shoulders. But I can tell you, I didn't sleep. I've been in chaos all day up until about 2 hours ago. And it's like, oh my God. So yeah, if I'm scattered like today, I do apologize, guys. Sorry.
He's running on no sleep.
Yeah.
No sleep and high anxiety because I lay there at night and I replayed the trip over and over and over. And because one time he came, like, those concrete barriers at the edge, his tire, I swear, was either touching it or like a quarter inch away from it at about 45 miles an hour at a nice 30-degree lean. And I thought, oh God, I just killed my son. Oh God. He pulled it out. He did great. But of course I start thinking about worst case scenarios. So yeah. So I apologize, guys.
And Odin,
You know, that's the. Sorry, go ahead.
I'd say, Odin, I totally agree that most drivers aren't the greatest and they don't look. I was pulling out of Walmart because I stopped to get French bread to go with dinner tonight. And this Jeep was wanting to make a left turn. I saw this motorcycle a good 6 car lengths away. And the Jeep, if the guy on the bike had not sped up, he's like staring at him, but speeding up just a little bit, the Jeep would have took him out.
Yeah.
And I would have stopped and would have waited for the cops and told them it was all the Jeep. Because I saw him 6 car lengths away or more. But my brain registers motorcycles.
Right.
Because
people's don't.
we ride. So
It's a relatively small thing to see on the road. Relative.
Yep. It is dangerous, but there's a love for it. Sorry, go ahead, Si.
I was just going to say that pretty much what Rose right there said. On our way back from our vacation, we were following behind a biker for a decent bit. Kind of adopting a biker on the road, make sure that other people see them. And we do that whenever we're on trips and stuff like that to make sure that they're safe.
Dude, that is so important. I wish more people had that mindset because, yeah, it's it's just like I taught my kids when they started writing stuff. It's like, we are targets. People don't see us. They're not going to watch. And they almost think like we're the enemy. And so to have drivers like you who are watching out for us, thank you so much. Because as a rider, man, it's terrifying. Every time I put my helmet on, I get on that bike, I know I'm taking a risk. And so like I told my kids, you've got to have your spider senses on high alert, head on a swivel, because they aren't. They aren't paying attention to you. They don't see big trucks turning, let alone small bikes.
Hi,
so,
Mo.
yeah, it gets scary. That's not be considering life and be concerned with others. Absolutely. There's so much chat. So we still got people backstage. Let's get them up here and let's get this thing going because I feel bad everybody's hanging out back. Especially since we got somebody we haven't seen here for a very, very long time.
Yeah,
and tonight,
very long.
We're blessed to have her back with us. Smiley girl!
Hi, Serenity. Hi, everyone.
Smiley.
How are you?
Welcome back, Smiley.
Hi. How are you guys?
We're doing well.
Doing
Just
great
having
now,
you
dear.
here makes me smile.
Oh, thank you so much. So this is kind of funny that you were mentioning Jeeps because I was down a couple of weeks ago visiting my best friend and I got in her car and sitting on the seat, there's this ginormous duck, like the size of Serenity's head. And I'm like, what is this? I mean, I duck people, but I duck with the tiny little pink ones. And she goes, there's this thing with Jeeps where if you see a Jeep, you leave this ginormous duck in the Jeep. And unfortunately, we didn't see one because I totally wanted to see how to duck a Jeep because it was huge. But it made me smile. It was fun.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I've never
That
heard
is
that.
awesome. What?
Me neither.
Yeah.
Huh.
I did see a Franken duck the other day. Where was I? But this thing was like 3 foot tall, and it was like Frankenstein duck. Like, oh, I'm so tempted. I need one of them.
Whoa.
So I got a Jeep
That's
Rubicon.
funny.
Did you get a giant duck with it, Si?
No,
I-
but
I have been told ducking Jeeps is only for the Jeep Wranglers.
Oh.
The real Jeeps. Not the offshoot Jeeps, but the real hardcore Jeeps.
It's elite Jeep.
Interesting.
that just seems classist. We don't know, right?
Only pure-blooded Jeeps get it.
Because we give a duck.
That's right. Exactly. Okay. So anyway, so Miley, what have you been up to since you've been gone for so long? We've missed you, girl. How's life treating
Oh,
you?
thank you. Much better. I've been hanging out at my dad's, and then I've been teaching online just 1 day a week, but I'm going to start teaching in person starting in January. So I'm going to be moving back down south again. So just, trying to do my thing and enjoying myself and meeting people and doing a little planning in the background for stuff coming up next year. So having a lot of fun doing that. So thank you for asking.
Nice.
What are you
Absolutely.
teaching, Smiley?
Right now, I'm teaching all about money to kids.
Oh, fabulous.
Cool.
Blast. Oh, yeah, it's so much fun. And they're so excited and eager to learn about it. And I was literally surprised at how much money kids have. I was under the impression that kids just don't have money or don't really have a lot of discretionary spending, but that at least is not the case with the kids I'm teaching. So it's good to learn what money means and what should you do with it or what can you do with it, and just kind of be more aware of what's out there and what the options are. So that's what I'm trying to convey to the kids.
Nice.
Good.
I think that's
I'm-
awesome.
Oh, thank you. I'm enjoying
I
it.
wish somebody would have taught me when I was a kid what money was for, because I didn't learn until I was like
Right.
40. I'm still not sure I got it right, more than likely. So I think it's amazing. Now, of course, we got a few more people hiding backstage, so let's bring them up here. So, of course, we wouldn't be a party without Mr. Nexus. What's up, Nexus?
Oh my gosh. I'm just glad to hear Smiley. And I'm always glad to hear Cyril, but I'm 10 times more glad to hear Smiley right now. I don't know. I just needed that.
Thank you. Hi, Nexus. It's good to see you.
Yes, ma'am. What a
How are
week.
you?
What a day. Oh, I'm stressing these flash crashes, but it's nothing. We're bouncing back fine. It was a sweaty moment, though. Sweaty moment.
Well, you know, don't sweat the petty things and don't pet the sweaty things.
Dang it. Oh, I'm going to internalize that now.
And that's all the wisdom you need. There you go. That solves the mystery of life right there. Straight from Cyril. So we also got
Say that
CK
again,
hiding
Cy.
backstage.
I was going to say, we got to bring CK up.
Oh,
CK!
yeah.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope everyone had a great week.
My man,
Hi.
how's it going?
Ah,
Good. Just,
Yes, okay.
living the dream. The so-called NEET dream. Not chilling the token. I just find it a funny movement. NEET stands for not employed, educating, or training.
Okay.
So-
It's a lie in all three fronts on your case, brother.
yeah, so having a good week. How's everyone?
Great. I guess I'm the only one.
Serenity's on mute. He's
Oh.
talking.
Damn it, I muted again. I could have swore I
Oh,
clicked to
we-
unmute. I was already unmuted. See?
We need to find a way to have a counter for every time like Serenity tries
Uh-huh.
talking and is muted, and just like every time it happens, it just like goes up. I don't know. we need to find a
we
way
can
to
have a
do
roulette
that.
wheel. We put everybody's name on a wheel and put a number next to it. You pick a number. We spin it, and okay, whoever gets that number wins. See? We could have a whole
Yeah.
game show out of this. Just
You
for my
really
own
could.
stupidity.
Yes.
Yes, I didn't hear what you said, Serenity, but I hope you had a good week.
It's getting better. It's been a little tough. It started off good, then kind of train wreck for a couple days, but we're back. And so I'm just glad to be here. Glad to be here hanging with you guys. And it's great to have a full house. We haven't had this many people up here in quite some
Yeah.
time. So thank you guys for joining us for the craziness, because it is getting crazy out there.
Yeah, no, thank you for the invite. Yeah, today was a high attention day, I would say. Watching the markets. Some of the stuff I dropped in the Discord is completely irrelevant now after today. So just ignore all of that and let's move on.
You know, it's funny, CK, that you mentioned that, because one of the things I do on getting ready for Freaky Friday is not only looking up, what crypto news occurred this week and stuff, but I always jump to the Discord under CK's drop site and I read through. It's like, okay, is there anything I missed that's really real I want to bring up? And yeah, as of this morning, okay, some of this, okay, I'm gonna grab a couple of, and then literally of about an hour ago, I took all my notes, crumpled them up, and threw them away. Like, screw it, it's all in the trash. Nothing
Yeah.
is valid anymore.
Yeah. 5 days is a life cycle, I guess you could say, in crypto. So yeah.
True.
Well,
What did you say
except
there?
for, the blue line.
Blue line is sacred.
Looking for a lighter.
Yes, the blue line is like the holy grail of trading and stuff. But before we get into tonight's topic, of course, tonight's topic, as you guys know, is we're going to talk about the AI bubble.
Are you
But
talking to
before
me
we-
or talking to yourself?
Do what?
Okay.
What did I do? Am I
Nothing,
muted again? No.
Talking to Jade, sorry.
Okay,
I
I
mean-
thought it was muted again. I'm like, are you serious?
I'm
No.
sitting here roasting Alpha in the chat.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good. Have some fun. Have fun with that. So yeah, we're gonna get into the AI bubble because that's a huge thing. And I know a few of you, Side especially, has brought this up. Nexus, you have as well. We're gonna share some info and again, go down that rabbit hole. But first, of course, we have to take a look at the news that has really made today the day it is, because today has turned into an absolute train wreck. And I had the tab and I lost it. There it is. Is that the tab? Nope,
Why we
totally
can't
lost.
have my phone.
Emphasize that it's the fault of no one in this chat or this call.
Exactly. No, we did not do it. So there we go. Sorry, guys. I am so dysfunctional. Where is my screen? There's my screen. Add stage. So as of what this happened about 2 hours ago, guys, where Trump announced an extra 100% tariffs on China imports and adds extra critical software.
U.S. markets tend to close at 5, so for him to have announced this and gone live on camera to say this stuff after 5 p.m. when the markets were closed, well, let's be honest, there were only so many moves people were going to be able to make immediately as a result of that.
Maybe that's why he waited, so it, you know.
Yeah, look at the timing of that news release. 4:57 p.m., exactly 180 seconds before the market is closed.
Maybe that's a good thing because, yeah, talk about run on the banks.
I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but I know it definitely it had a huge effect on the markets. And now, for a lot of us, of course, we're seeing what we're holding with where dollar cost averaging. And we're going to get in the blue line here in 1 sec, because I know Sai has a newer chart for us that he's going to send to me, because he's just awesome that way. Or if you want to share a screen, that's cool too. But I know for a lot of people, me personally, I've been DCAing into like AVAX, and it was setting at about 26, 28 over the last couple of days. Took a kind of ugly dip a couple days ago. Today, it flash crashed down to $10. And I'm like, what in the hell? And I know a lot of people freaked about that. So what do you guys honestly think this is going to affect in what we're holding? Are we saw that flash crash. Do you think it's going to go back up from where it's at, or think it's going to go down and test that bottom candle? You guys are a lot of big traders, so give us some insight here.
I say buy at a discount.
I was going to slide in a quick comment. This is a very, very strong lesson for the leverage traders out there. Spot, don't over leverage. That's it.
It's back
that's
up
a huge
to $21, so you know.
Is it back up? Well, they're saying that the liquidations totaling $1.28 billion from that flash crash.
Sheesh. God damn. That's, oh man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And a Dow guy who has no idea what's been going on just because he's been trying to get a job today just messaged me. He says, what exactly the F just happened here? I said, well, there was AI news earlier that suggests that the United States economy is mostly AI companies right now, which is a little bit scary if you think about, you know, we're supposed to be making some stuff. Like AI is just data moving around. So if that's our whole economy, that's kind of scary. And then Trump announces tariffs basically 10 to 5 minutes before the end of the trading day. Up to then, we saw dips, but it wasn't a giant crash. And when he announces that there are going to be a tariff, there is a new tariff, then yes, we've gone from we're talking about him doing it to now he's actually doing it. And if he's actually doing it, then it devalues China and it devalues Asian markets generally. From there, you can imagine that if there were traders who were leveraged long on Asian markets or Asian currencies, that this was suddenly a huge hit to them. Suddenly they're under a lot of pressure. If they're on leverage, they might have a margin to cover if the prices of those companies are going down. And if that happens, they have to sell stuff, which causes other prices to go down, which causes more cascades, which causes more margin calls, and so on and so forth. It's a domino effect.
Yeah, it's like an avalanche of negativity. Just it was ugly.
And obviously, Central, please correct me if you think I'm way off base on this, but yeah.
No, that's accurate. But you know, I just wanted to say, I posted. Where is it? Hold on. Share screen. Share tab. Okay. All right. So I know all of you remember back in July when I shared with you the blue line, right, of kind of what Bitcoin was going to do based off the global net liquidity. And I said, I'm going to prove to you that it's paired to global net liquidity now because it's considered an asset. and then it's going to move and do what the GNL does, right? And lo and behold, let me switch my tab I'm sharing to this tab. Go away. There we go. All right. Yeah, it went up and it came right back down. Going forward, I expect to see it, recover, and it's been bouncing back decently, but I expect to see it recover to kind of like, around here, 118, maybe, if we're lucky, and then start trending kind of downward again and hit the 108, 110 region in like early November, if not a little bit lower, like closer to 103.
So you really already planned this out and kind of predicted it, and it moved exactly where you're talking there, Cy. I mean, that's pretty impressive all the way around.
Well, it's not the first time either, because remember back when this green line here was the blue line that I shared, and I shared with you that with you guys back here on a episode of Freaky Friday in February, and it was before it even did this dump down. It was just going sideways, and then right. It's doing that because it's an asset, right? It's been paired to the US dollar. There's money that's flowing into it, because of the ETFs and things like that. So whatever you see it doing in global net liquidity, it's not going to be a 1-for-1, right? But it's going to have that same general flow. So I had that up and down because that's what I saw right here. I never did that 3 months prior.
Right.
That's the offset here.
And, I just read an article today talking about how this is really making people focus on macroeconomics versus microeconomics. And that's something that I know, Cy, you've been preaching to people for years, is stop paying attention to the day-to-day, go for the bigger scale.
Well, because if you want to make actual money, you need to zoom out. You need to focus on the overall flow. You need to understand the why money moves and how it moves. If you're busy like, my token went up, I'm going to sell it. Oh, it went down. Maybe I'll buy more. Maybe I'll panic sell, right? You got to focus on the why. You got to focus on the money that's moving. And once you do that, you can get ahead of the curve.
Now, let me ask you on that. Does somebody have to really go through TA and really, become a master trader to grasp that? Or can they do more of, like you said, a broader spectrum? I mean, where would they learn this kind of basic guides on how to interact with this stuff?
We went over a lot of that during the Rags to Riches show that we did. So they can go check that playlist out. If they have more questions, they can ping me in the Down Home Crypto Discord. I'm always floating through.
Excellent. And yes, definitely we did cover a lot of that in Rags to Riches. And guys, even though those episodes were over a year ago, information is still relevant. We covered in every episode, we covered some new strategy or something to pay attention to learn from the rules of solvency all the way through this stuff. So if you haven't checked them out, go to the Down Home Crypto YouTube channel, go down to Rags to Riches. All the series is there, play by play. Although the DeFi might not be relevant, the knowledge and information is always relevant. And if there's something there that you don't understand, don't know about, then hey, jump to the Down Home Crypto Discord, toss it in the chat. Myself, Cyril, Nexus, somebody will be there to answer it eventually. We float through. But we want to make sure you're educated because we don't want you to get caught off guard on what's going on. Because just like you saw on that chart, it moved exactly like Cy drew it out. Now, a lot of people, they weren't watching the chart, so they had no idea this was happening, and hence why we lost over $1 billion in a flash crash today. Should have paid attention here, huh?
Meanwhile, last week of September, when Bitcoin was chilling at like 109, I deposited some of my BTC as collateral, borrowed USDC, used it immediately to buy BTC, and then just the other day when it was at 121K, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to trust what I drew. I'm going to go ahead and close out my position. And so I sold some of the BTC to repay the loan, net profited about 23% of BTC, and went on my way.
Nice. And now you're thinking, okay, I'm just going to wait for that entry point to buy some more and build it back up again.
Yep. I'm gonna stage a purchase, not in the first immediate rebuy because I know BTC likes to drop in 2 stages typically. So I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna wait for like 109, 108, and I'm gonna start sprinkling in some positions and DCAing my way.
Sounds solid. There you go, guys. You heard it here first. Now we'll find out here in about 3 weeks to a month or so how that played out. So far, I'm betting on Psy. That's just my opinion. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah, Psy's brilliant.
I'm not betting against him. That's all I'll say.
Smart man. I wouldn't either. Yeah, may not always be perfectly right, but he's right more than anybody I've seen personally. So that's definitely why, Psy, I always look to you for wisdom, because you've never said, hey, you really need to do this, you need to do that. It's like, here's what you need to learn. And I think that's a huge position, is teaching people, not guiding people.
Oh
Not
yeah.
directing.
Otherwise, then you just keep coming back to me for the next answer, right? And then that becomes a problem because
Please,
then
Cyril, can I have another fish?
I'm stuck helping the same couple of people over and over again, right?
Right.
I need to be able to reach more.
Cyril,
Exactly.
can I have a fish?
Cyril, you gave me a fish yesterday. Can I have a fish today?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
here's your fishing pole.
Ah.
Dang it! Now I have to expend energy learning a skill. Aww.
Aww.
It's tragic.
No, it's true. And just to add on to those points that Cyril made, it's funny. I'm in a bunch of like the DeFi chats with a bunch of like people that made a ton of money in DeFi over the last 2-3 cycles. They know the rudimentary Bitcoin cycle, like how it flows up and down. It was very mathematical, and it's become less mathematical as ETFs, like Cyril said, and BlackRock and more institutional money got involved. And exactly what he said. It's more tied to the S&P 500 than it is going to be tied to crypto. It's going from micro to macro, and most of the crypto bros are angry and don't really understand that. Take that as an opportunity to zoom out, again, like Cyril said, and make money that way.
When in doubt, zoom out.
We need a shirt that says that. I would wear that one.
Serenity, did you hear this? Zoom out. Stop living on the 1-minute charts.
I haven't been. I've been good. I've been staying out of trouble. I've been doing
And the
DCA.
50-minute charts.
Right. Yeah, 15 minutes, man. That's a long time. 15 minutes of crypto world is like an
No.
eternity.
No, get out of it.
Taking all my fun away. Now what am I supposed to do? And so many people do. They watch those minute charts. And when I first started getting in trading or tried it, I tried to play the game. It didn't work. So, guys, I can tell you from experience, I've lost plenty. Listen to these people's advice because they know what they're talking about. Nobody followed. Okay. I was waiting for a follow-up on that from somebody.
Amen. Amen.
Can I get an amen? Hey. Yeah. So, okay. Is there anything else we need to cover in the crypto world short of, don't panic and plan your position? Something else that I haven't covered that you guys want to toss out there? Please do.
Be careful with leverage. Other people were talking about it in chat earlier, but yeah, just be careful with leverage because that's like the flash crashes like this. They can use the price trading to liquidate you on the margins, and it's brutal and mean. And yeah, be careful. Buy spot. That is financial advice.
Looks like it's 9 billion in total liquidation so far.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Aye.
Buy at a discount.
What
Yeah.
what do the interviews say? Oh yeah, that's right. Womp womp.
Wah,
I love it. We need to trombone sound effect. I
It was
gotta work my
I
sound.
have something like that. Let me see.
yeah,
I'm sure we have
there
like
is
this
one
like that.
available. If you don't have one, I got you.
Alpha's looking for. He's gonna go play with sound effects. So, guys, yeah, the crypto world it's chaos. But if you planned ahead, if you know what you're doing, then you're probably not sitting too bad. And for a lot of people, it's like, hey, hold it. If you dollar cost average into it, you're probably sitting pretty, because remember, you haven't actually lost unless you sold. So if you've been holding on to some of these native blockchain tokens, you're probably sitting pretty well. Just doesn't look like it today. So
Just be
plan your
patient.
strategy. Yeah. So I know that Hope Giver's going to be asking, like, what should I do? It's like, Mom, you should not do a thing right now. Just don't do nothing. Don't panic.
I'm just saying, like, what I've been showing you guys since February is the first time that I've been showing it publicly, but it's basically what I've been doing with charts for, a while now, right?
Several decades, many thousands of years.
Well, maybe not many thousands of years, but definitely hundreds and hundreds of moons, that's for sure.
We haven't had candle charts that long, just for the record.
But but anywho, so yeah, it's been fun. It's been enjoyable, and I've been watching how money flows for a while. So when I say I do not trust the fiat, I say it for a reason.
Yeah, and it's getting even scarier. The de-dollarization has accelerated, it sounds like. And on top of it, now we're investing all this useless fiat, as it is, into this new tech bubble that everybody knows about of AI. We've talked about it several times, and it's starting to hit. Well, it's past hitting. It's at this point of danger zone, and that's what tonight's topic is about. It's all about the AI bubble, because right now there's over $10 trillion in AI, and still going. It's still growing, which far exceeds your dotcom bubbles or any of the bubbles of the past.
Mhm.
But yet, from a latest report
17
from
times.
do what? I'm sorry.
17 times the size of the dot-com bubble and 4 times the size of the subprime mortgage crisis bubble.
That's the Big Short and the Too Big to Fail crisis for anyone who remembers.
The amount of money that they have spent building data centers and securing nuclear power plant generation rights. Like, they're firing up a power plant not too far from me, solely to provide power to Microsoft's new AI data center. And it's all this back and forth BS too. For example, OpenAI comes to AMD and says, hey, I want 6 gigawatts worth of AMD GPUs. And AMD says, okay, cool. Here's your bill. And OpenAI's like, Bill, don't be silly. This announcement is going to cause your stock and my stock to skyrocket. So how about instead you give me stock options for up to 160 million shares of your stock, and I share some of my stock options with you.
And now we're all intertwined. Isn't it beautiful? In a most horrifying way.
I say no, not really.
What's that phrase that we love so much now, Nexus?
The Anthropic Ouroboros.
What does that even mean?
The Ouroboros, the snake that eats its own tail.
Yeah, it's a mythical creature from ancient Greece that technically could have infinite caloric growth, but also infinite length. And it could be theoretically any size. It could be as small as a plate, a dinner plate, or as large as an entire city border.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know the name of it.
Neither did I. I learned something new today.
Yeah, the Ouroboros. And I tend to call what you're looking at here an anthropic Ouroboros, because it refers to how all of these different AI companies are now essentially not competing anymore. They're owning little bits of each other. So when one goes down, so too will the others. And for those of you sort of looking for indications, is this or is this not a bubble? I mean, this chart's from Bloomberg Research. It's everything in it is true to the best of my ability that I've been able to see behind the scenes. OpenAI really did have a $300 billion cloud deal with Oracle. Oracle is buying billions of NVIDIA chips. Oracle owns a part of Intel. Intel has deals with NVIDIA. And as a result, like that, and that's just 3 of them. Like we have XAI, which is obviously Elon Musk's crew. Then you have AMD, which is supposed to be competing with NVIDIA. I mean,
I mean, just to piggy on Nexus's point, this is the word I had to Google actually, but it's called an oligopoly, not an oligarchy, oligopoly instead of a monopoly, and that's when there's a few companies that are pretty much handshaking with each other and controlling the market.
Strategic alliances.
And you know, the funny thing about this is, maybe it's just me, but this looks very familiar to, I don't know, 2021 DeFi world. This project's going to invest in this project, and they're going to put their money in that project, and that's going to put their money. And then one died, and they all died.
Yeah.
Did we not learn our lesson, people? What the hell?
no one's learned anything from Terra Luna, obviously. We're all just replicating it in a different way and calling it artificially intelligent.
Now, I have a question for everybody, but first I'm going to direct it to Smiley. Now, if we understand that the amount of money that has been spent on building the data centers and all of these power plants for it is so much that it is impossible for them to ever receive enough revenue to justify what they have spent, right? What does that kind of tell you?
That it wasn't about money, it was about power.
There you have it. None of this is for us, right? They're not building this for you. They're not building it for me. Because here's the thing. When AI can do essentially what, you know, median level workers can do, they don't really need to pay us anymore, right? They don't really need to keep us anymore. We have all of the necessary requirements to go to a post-scarcity model, right? But post-scarcity, how is that supposed to exist side by side with capitalism? The only way post-scarcity can happen in a capitalistic society is if everyone buys into it equally, right?
Right.
You think we can afford it?
We can't afford to put groceries on the table these days. Are you kidding?
Nope.
No.
And you know what's even worse about this is I went and read an article from MIT, and from what they're saying is that where'd it go? 95% of generative AI pilots deliver 0 return on investment. You guys heard about this?
Whoa.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen it hit my bank account.
I've
And
not heard of that though.
and CK can confirm that I have warned against investing or spending time in AI-based startups for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell. Yeah, I learned the hard way, but yeah, I'll say that much. Yeah, that article is not true.
You know
Wait,
what I
did you
think
say
is
it's not true?
I'm saying the
I missed
article is true. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
he
I
threw a
lost-
double negative in there to be facetious.
Serenity doesn't talk in double negatives, therefore they confuse him.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I
okay.
apologize.
Don't pick on me.
It's okay,
Smiley
Bob.
save me.
Well, it's important to think with this AI stuff that a lot of us are being sold on it as being a massive productivity boon. So if people are spending huge amounts of money and they're not getting a lot of extra productivity, when it's being advertised that it's going to cut your workload in half by 50 to 70% or more, then you know, at some point, the canyon between the math has to kind of cave in on itself.
But you know what's
Absolutely.
interesting, Nexus, is that at least in my world, the vast majority of people I've talked to don't use AI for anything other than an advanced search engine. They don't know how to even utilize the tool, and there's no one out there teaching them. And so I think the gap gets larger and larger between just the average person and the people who actually are developing the AI and what they're using it for. Am I wrong? I don't know.
No, you're not wrong at all. You in my opinion, you're actually right. And there's obviously a ton of research that's not currently being done and probably isn't going to be being done until at least 10 years or more from this technology has taken place. But what I'm expecting is that some people will make very productive use of it, and then some people will make almost no productive use of it, and it'll be a giant drain because they're spending it making like memes. Yeah, and as Odin says, AI makes the best short memes. Well, because making a 5 to 10 second imaginary clip on the fly is almost exactly what Sora's telling you that it's supposed to do. But some things aren't supposed to look that real or be that good. And when, in Sora's case, we're seeing a bunch of piracy going on. OpenAI is basically getting other people's copyrighted material uploaded to them by users saying, okay, now we own this upload and we can train our AI on it, when in actuality, the user might not have had the right to upload it to the AI to make more stuff to begin with. Like, a whole lot of question is going to happen with sort of celebrity likenesses, I think, because that's like a person's identity. It's possible that, for example, Taylor Swift's likeness and image is going to get used to endorse and promote a lot of stuff and a lot of products that the woman herself would never endorse. And I would imagine that given the amount of control she would want to exert over her music, she would certainly want to exert that same control over her image and likeness and what it's used to sell. So this is going to get very complicated very quickly. And there were already sort of jokes about this with, for example, churro stands in Mexico City using like YouTubers and porn stars to sell churros, whether or not that was legal. But then again, those women were famous for their O faces. So, you know, once you've reached a certain level of public fame, economy of attention takes this course and you're going to lose a bit of control over your image and your likeness. And that's a new debate that we got.
It totally is. In fact, I'm actually developing a class that I would like to teach in the spring. I'm calling it digital forensics. And how can these kids tell what they see in the media is real? Is it AI generated? I mean, can they trace the origins?
Beautiful.
And how can, they trust anything that they see anymore?
I'd extend to that like almost a quick one-day lecture in critical thinking in general. Like starting with printed media being fake from true, and then beyond that into the video, because people can use media to lie and have done so for centuries. That's not new. Like it's just a new way to do it, right?
They've gotten good at it too. I mean, some of these things I've seen, like I would swear that's that individual. Let's look real close at something in the background. So like, wait, that's not right. That duck's upside down, or something crazy. Beyond that, I would swear it's the same person. Wow. And everyone went quiet.
I wanted to type in case someone else was.
Everyone was thinking.
Yeah, Cyril.
Thing about what Odin and Nosferatu said in the chat. Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
I was laughing.
I was gonna add what Smiley was doing. There's the other side too. Like, just be a little careful. What you post. You never know. It's. I was lucky enough where most of my partying high school photos were on Facebook and are now deleted. But they're probably not deleted, if we're being honest. And this was 15 years ago.
No, they wouldn't start deleting until literally the other day, because it was just the other day California is going to make companies delete everything that you have with them if you opt to delete your account, which is a new sort of level of personal consumer sovereignty that you might get access to over your data, depending on how compliant or non-compliant companies choose to be with the new California law.
Yeah, I know California was tough. Yeah, and like I don't know if anyone have you used Incogni or data broker software, you see like there's like 500 companies selling your data daily. So it's like,
Yep, I used to be in the data broker business, only I wanted to anonymize enough of the consumer information that the companies couldn't literally track you if they wanted to. I thought that was meaningful. But yeah.
This is why the bio IDs are going to be so important. I'm telling you.
Absolutely. And you know, it's kind of scary because everywhere you go and everything you do, somewhere it has your ID, whether it's your computer IP address or something. I mean, it's almost impossible to not have some risk out there. Is there a way to limit that or to block that you guys have found?
hopefully there's some good people building it. I don't know. I haven't seen one.
Right now, Midnight, I believe they're a blockchain, is really focusing on privacy and how can we be compliant while still maintaining privacy. So say I want to go to the bar right now, I have to show them my ID, which has my name, my birth date, my driver's license number, my address, all this stuff. Okay. How can I, as long as everybody has the same technology, okay, given that circumstance, how can I just walk up, let them scan something that says, yep, she's over 21, with no other information?
That seems preferable, doesn't it?
Huh?
I was just saying that seems preferable, doesn't it?
It does. But like that, what was it? It was a dating app. Had a big leak.
Yeah.
All those women are now out there. Well, how can we KYC without giving them everything?
Yeah, and that one was almost what I call an anti-dating app because the point was that the women
Right.
could share info about bad dates.
Right, but it was their personal information was released, their addresses, their phone numbers, all that everything but that.
Yeah, say what you want about
I don't know.
anti-dating apps. I don't think the women who signed up to share info about bad dates deserve to have that to happen
Exactly.
to them.
But how do we
Agreed.
KYC without releasing every little piece of our information?
We had a similar thing happen with Discord now not too long ago, but that was through Zendesk, which is Discord support interface thing. Where a bunch of people's IDs and stuff, all those KYC information was released. Now, if we were to actually look at how it could be possible to not share your information but still be KYC'd, that's where a lot of the Ethereum community is working on what we call ZK technology.
Right.
Zero knowledge
Oh, yeah.
proof.
Midnight uses ZK.
So
Yeah,
we've seen a lot of people actually working on that. And I know last week, someone mentioned that Ethereum has committed, I think, over 500 developers towards the efforts of working on ZK tech. So maybe one day we'll actually see KYC, but with a ZK behind it, where you kind of prove yourself once, and everything just has to request, okay, is this legit? And then the ZK will come back with yes or no or whatever. Well, hopefully, that's the end goal we want.
Right.
And a lot of the time, these KYC applications, like the people that say, oh no, we're doing a KYC, we're going to delete your data. They're supposed to delete it after 2 days, but then they never do. So, there's that too.
But once you give people your data, is it ever truly deleted? I mean, completely. I mean, how many times do they scrub it out? And there's still little bits and pieces. I mean, try to scrub a hard drive. I mean, it's possible, but there's always still little bits and pieces potentially there. And so,
And
Oh,
there's
actually,
huge debate.
I feel that. I was just gonna say, no, I saw you pull up that comment, man. That like, I feel that, and I've actually talked to a couple of other bank managers. Those guys are barely comfortable with crypto keys, let alone AI. So
Exactly. And that's the thing is, like you're talking here, Ashley, not feeling cozy with. Man, AI is terrifying. But I found some decent uses, at least in my world, for it. But I'm really kind of curious. What are you guys here up on stage and in the audience? What are you guys actually using AI for that's making your life better or worse, or however you want to assess it? But when you do interact with AI, how are you using it? What degree?
jokes and memes like Mr. Odin.
For me, I use it for my development workflow and for writing documentation. But that's because I just give it everything I want. I tell it, okay, just restructure this. Don't change anything, just restructure it. That's all I need you to do. And usually it's not even important documentation, so it's fine. I'll just be like, I don't want to go edit this. You do it for me. Or if I need to do something in Excel, I don't know Excel. I'm just going to be like, yo, AI, give me the
And that's
formula
fair.
for this. Thank you.
And that's fair because it becomes a supplement for you, right?
Mhm.
It's not a crutch, it's a supplement.
I use it. I've had to use it for school, but I will ask it a question. Like if I'm struggling to put things in perspective or get a overall synopsis of information available. Granted, I take it with a grain of salt. I know AI lies. Depending how which you can ask it the same question 3 times, it'll come up with 3 different answers.
Yeah.
But for my management class, I'm like, hey, how does this apply to this situation? And it will give me a really good idea of what direction to take. Then do I rewrite it and go find other things instead of just using it?
Bless you.
Yeah. Oh, were you sneezing? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I had to sneeze, so I was trying to mute real fast. But we actually have in school, we use this program called Turn It In. So it turns it in and then it runs it through AI basically to search for sources. It cuts down the plagiarism. My first one I did, I got a 1%. And that was because I said, I could write 100 pages on this, but I won't. A blog 10 years ago said the same thing. And God only knows. But I got a 4% on my second one, and I didn't even consult the internet at all. So it was 100% me.
Sounds like
And I still got 4%. When I used AI, I got 1%. When I didn't use AI, I got 4%. But yeah, my professor doesn't care so much. But no, I use it to try to, hey, give me a catchy slogan for my United Way campaign. I was trying to, it came up with Chili for Charity. It was for a fundraiser. It was Chili for Charity. Things like that.
That's fun.
I use it for horsepower. I call it.
Use it for what?
Horsepower. So, like, say there's like a meeting, and I really don't want to listen to the meeting for an hour. I'll just put Otter AI on that will summarize the meeting for me, and then it's a 2-minute read. And I'll just, like this meeting could have been an email type of thing.
Right.
Or if it's summarizing whatever, giant transcripts, large amounts of data, or anything where you don't have to be 100% precise. It gives you that like high level overview. But I agree 100%. It should be supplementary, and it should not be the main source of the output of work in every field.
Right.
That's my opinion.
I've had it help me rewrite letters or instructions to make them more clear. Like our filing instructions. We're getting ready to rewrite them completely because we're updating our system. Yay, it cut contract. But I have to rewrite these instructions. And it's complicated. And so I copied and pasted a chunk that I was really having problems getting it concise.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I double check it and I reword as needed, but it really helps me rewrite for conciseness and clarity.
Okay. Technically, you could probably just get what's that that app that has been around for ages. That green thing, Grammarly. There we go.
Oh, Grammarly, right.
Have you guys seen the people that have been arrested because they went on ChatGPT and they were like, "How do I kill my bully in high school?" And then they've gone to school and been arrested.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of these guys. There's at least a dozen or more who are literally the cops when they arrest them because they suspect them of committing some heinous crime. The cops will go to the OpenAI and be like, "Hey, is this guy with this email, this info, blah 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 blah? Have they been querying anything?" And OpenAI will be like, "Oh yeah, he was asking GPT about how to like murder the whole school or how to kill his wife or just absurd things."
And this is a scary topic. I don't know if you want to go down this route, but that gets into pre-crime, like that movie Minority Report.
Yep.
Based on Philip K. Dick novel. I love this stuff.
It's good stuff. But also, real quick tangent here, because I definitely want to point out something that Ashley said, is that a lot of us were looking for knowledge, and sometimes we may not know what we're looking for. Or we think we're getting good advice, and like she says, animals are literally dying from this AI crap. Beth said that same stuff she's heard, and it makes sense. And give you an example, guys, is we've got 3 cats now, and Wild Angel bought a smart pet door so that the RFI chip is red as they go in and out. Only that's in the good cats and not the bad cats that keep sneaking into our house eating all the food. And so started researching, like, okay, you can buy the RFI chips and in the injector on Amazon for like $6 a piece. Like, okay. That charges $85 to take 1 cat in. You can buy a 5-pack for $20. Like, okay, why wouldn't I? So, of course, what do? I go to AI. I start looking, researching. Okay, how do you do this? And by the way, we're having a vet tech come over and do it. I'm not doing it. But started reading up on this. And AI is like, oh, yeah, it's a piece of cake. You do this, you impale them, push it, done. And it makes it seem so easy. So, Ashley, I could see people getting this information and trying this out on the animals and turning out horribly wrong. So yeah, I've had that experience recently, Ashley. So that one really hit home. And I think it's great that everyone's talking about using AI as a supplement, as an addition, as paraphrasing certain documents, but not living their lives or performing actions based on that knowledge. And I think that's a really important distinguished the whatever the word is. I forget. Distinction. Thank you. That's what I keep thinking. Distinguished. Distinction is that it is a supplement. It is an assistant. It is not meant to run your life by. But we've talked about this before, where people are falling in love with their AI. They're divorcing their husbands or wives, and they're living with their AI. My AI loves me, and I love it. I want to marry it. Like, dude, there's something not okay. So. Sai, you've been real kind of quiet up there. I'm curious, how do you use AI, bud? Because I know you're kind of involved in everything, man.
So a little bit of this, a little bit of that here and there. So I will utilize it to like organize. So kind of as more like an assistant, if you will.
Okay.
Like an office assistant, or
kind of like a virtual assistant, essentially.
See,
I found that's the best way to help me be productive, right? I don't want it doing shit for me.
Yeah, that's just scary. Because I know you're involved in so many different things. Now, do you worry about as it's being your assistant, because I know you've got several different businesses, several different things running. Do you worry about the information you give it, and do you curtail what you give it to assist you with? Do you kind of filter like, nah, I don't trust it with that?
There are some things I keep strictly in my head, right? But that's a given, I would assume, for everybody.
We would hope, but as we know, society is not that smart most days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I recently ran into an idea, and this is what I've been doing with it lately. I tried the coding, that didn't work, so I passed it over to Alpha to do that because it's dumb. But I came up with an idea. It's like, okay, I want to have my mother's cell phone ring, and when it rings, I want a light to flash. Should be really simple with a smart plug or something. And I actually jump into these little projects, and I give it to AI. I was like, okay, what can it come up with? And it's actually helped me to program a Raspberry Pi that will collect when my cell phone rings, it sends a signal to the Raspberry Pi. It says, okay, phone is ringing. That turns on a smart plug, which is plugged into a strobe light, letting this little strobe flicker when the cell phone rings. Because there doesn't seem to be any direct one-to-one correlation without buying an expensive $100 device for every room to make that happen. So I've been doing little projects with it. And of course, doing the documentation, paraphrase this, or hey, what's the latest news this week? Like somebody mentioned earlier, a glorified search engine that kind of filters it for me. But nothing on the major life-threatening thing. It's like Ashley pointed out, when it came to my cats and them needing ejected, like, yeah, no, that draw the line at that. And so I think it's real important to monitor those distinctions and make sure you guys are not going all in on AI and thinking it's going to save the world, especially because we're talking now that it's not even going to survive. It's going to pop. And then what are we going to do? If you don't have those tools to research or things like that, how's that going to play out? Do you guys see this changing people's personal lives, that they're living on AI so much that when this AI bubble pops, is it going to devastate the social norm, or how's that going to play out?
It's interesting. I'll say from a perspective of someone re-entering the Web 2 job market, or whatever you want to call it, typical 9-to-5 job market, banks, insurance, whatever you want to call it. And there is a push for the automation of manual activities that are still done, especially in some of the older industries, in finance and Excel, especially accounting. And there are most of the company's strategy is when someone leaves, they're not replacing the position. They will automate the tasks. That is something that is happening, I can say, from a Fortune 500 standpoint.
So we have several positions that are open, and I'm curious to see how long they stay open. Like our data analyst just left. Today was her last day. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
What do you mean by interesting? You think it's going to get replaced by AI instead of a person, or?
No, not so much replaced by AI, because there's so much data and you have to pull it from specific sources that aren't necessarily available sources, that I don't know if, and CK can back me, probably, I think, that some of the reports that insurance companies file are very specific and they're not public access and things like that. And so, and then trying to figure out how all these numbers play together and get valid data. I don't think it'll be replaced by AI. I just want to see how long it's going to take them to replace her.
No, 100% back that, and it's it goes along with the starting positions, when you like entry level positions, which can be done without experience. Those are the ones that are at risk, which trickles upwards, I guess you could say, or downwards, right, to those people getting experience to replace the people that retire, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the trickle effect. But the positions that require the intelligence that I believe a human needs for, like manager level and up, you can't do with the AI at this current moment. Yes.
Mm-mm.
Oh. Well, I see Serenity stepped away.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think he probably went
Sorry,
out
and
the
I
room
was
quickly.
playing Tetris. Oh.
Yeah, and I was muted.
No, I
My-
took no offense. I took no offense.
Sorry about that.
But no, some of the things that take that higher level analytical, I get AI super analytical. It can be. But when you are mining for specific information to do a very, very, very specific thing, and there can't be any variation to your method, yeah, I don't see AI stepping into like our data analyst position, because no way in hell is that an entry level position.
The other aspect too is the security. These companies don't want to open the risk. I mean, they could get sued.
Right.
They have people's personal identifiable information, PII, it's known as.
Right.
That's the other side. The security is a whole another animal.
Yeah, and luckily, a lot of what we do is not with PII. That's the consumer services side. We're more on like their financial data, and a lot of that is not public knowledge. And because they don't want that knowledge, because if there's something going a little cockeyed, they don't want people to know that. And that's where as regulators, we step in and say, okay, how can we make this better so you're more stable and not at risk for going insolvent? Because you want to talk about a panic is if insurance companies start going insolvent, like 2008.
And just like a scary little example, say there's an analyst, he has access to the company's financial statements that are not public information yet. He downloads them to his personal laptop, uploads it to Claude or ChatGPT to analyze it, so he can get a nice like bonus star with his boss for analyzing the financials super well. Sends it back. Now that information is free
on the web.
It's on the web. And that's information that should not be public. And that's just a small example.
Yeah, now someone could randomly search about that company and this updated data comes up and you're just like, that's not even out there yet.
We have so many layers of security, it's not even funny. And our regulatory, there's agencies that regulate us. We're up to 2-factor identification every single time we sign in now. Not just, so if we go in and then have to get back out, we have to 2FA all over again, versus it used to be every hour we would have to 2FA. Now it's every single sign in. So if my system glitches and I have to back out,
So that brings about an interesting perception of security. Now, by the way, guys, I love the silence when I ducked out for 30 seconds. I'm sorry.
It wasn't a full 30 seconds. I was watching. Don't worry.
It was just dead silent. I'm like, seriously, guys? No. It's like, I was muted. It's like, oh my God. So, Alpha, you're
fired. We're all scrambling. We're all scrambling to say something.
That's great. But, and while I understand your frustration about the security, but on the topic before, people uploading information. So now we've just crossed over into, we're worried about this .com bubble. What happens when it pops? All that information, all these things that go bankrupt that had all that data. What happens to it? It's companies that startups, they had tons of servers and stuff with all this information that people uploaded to it. What happens to it?
Well, part of bankruptcy is that they're supposed to sell off assets, right, to make good, and technically data is asset. I'm just saying, I mean, court ordered mandated selling of the data, perhaps.
Kind of makes you wonder there. So we've seen time and time again where big corporations, forcibly or manipulate the system to make smaller ones fail or absorb or whatever. And so, I mean, is this just a data grab that all these little ones like, hey, I know I'm not going to survive for 3 years, but I'm going to collect as much data as I can. So when I do hit that point, people are just going to buy me for my data that I own, not because my company is great or anything. My company sucks, but I've collected more data than Bob over there. So I'm worth more than Bob is.
Yeah, you might not even have PMF, but because you made some noise, people signed up, used your thing. Now you got a bunch of data you can sell. Yeah, kind of does seem like that with a lot of it, actually, because you can look at a lot of these startups and you're just like, who in their right mind is going to use that? So, yeah. But people sign up, they give them their data, and then there they go. They will be like, oh yeah, we got 30 signups into it, 30,000 signups into this. You're like, how?
So it kind of makes you wonder when they give you that free dollar or that free coffee mug for signing up or whatever it is, like, hey, fill out this application and receive this free toaster, whatever it is. I mean, are they just farming data to sell at a later date? Is that all they're doing?
Sounds like an investigation.
Sounds like a whole mess waiting to happen when this thing pops. I think it's going to be chaos galore. But at the same time, you know, like, well, sorry?
Every bubble pops eventually.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But, you know, and that kind of leads us to like what Wild Angel's talking about is on that security aspect. So I understand the frustration of having to do 2FA over and over and over and over again. But yet, let me ask you, if that was your crypto wallet, every time you close a window, you have to reopen it, re-sign in. Would you still be as negative about it if it was your funds? Really?
She's nodding her head.
Okay, look who you're talking to. Me and Tech butt heads, and it frustrates me. So the more I have to interact with it and jump through its hoops, the more frustrated I get. So yes, MetaMask drives me nuts.
Don't use MetaMask. Don't use MetaMask.
Totally use MetaMask. That's just me.
Because I'm always, every time I close a window, I have to totally sign in again. And it drives me insane because I'm so used to things staying signed in.
I know we've got some security gurus down there waiting to just bite at this one, so go for it.
I know you are.
But yeah, I would say best thing to do, just don't use MetaMask. I use Ravi, I use Uniswap, I use so many other wallets, but I don't touch MetaMask because it's just horrible. I actually got into an argument with someone from MetaMask earlier because he was like, oh yeah, all of these people are saying these bad things about MetaMask, but look at all the features we got. I was like, is it? That's cool. Now, why don't those features work?
Wow.
It's like, sure, you can have all the features in the world, but if I can't find the feature, if I can't use the feature, then what the hell is the point of the feature? You want to tell me you have 100 features, but I can only find maybe 2 of them?
And that's fair.
What?
So, and I was focused more on the security aspect there.
And I know I am not the most secure person when it comes to like probably my crypto wallets and everything. However, you know, I don't share those wallet addresses. And yes, I may be signed in, but then I close all my windows and disconnect. Serenity taught me that. Disconnect from the wallet specifically, not just close the browser window, disconnect from the wallet so that it's not connected to my browser still. So I've gone that far, but yes, it drives me insane when I have to 2FA I have to 2FA to get into school. Every time I close the window, I have to 2FA again. And it's not just go to Google Authenticator. It's wait for their stupid text message.
SMS?
When I've got Duo. I've got Google Authenticator. I've got another authenticator for work. Why can't everybody just use the same damn authenticator?
You should be able to use the same one.
Yeah, they
Unfortunately,
should
no.
be easy, but it's not. It's not easy, is it?
I've got 4 different authenticators, ways to authenticate that I have to use. And it's like, why can't they all just use Google Authenticator or, you know, one specific?
Authy, Proton, any one of those, honestly. Oh my goodness. They're just making things so complicated for no reason.
Okta, Duo, Google Authenticator. I mean,
oh my goodness.
Really? For those low-tech people like myself, Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help. Where's that meme now?
Just stop it.
Get some help.
And, I really figured that at Nexus, I figured one of you guys would jump on that security aspect. I kind of opened the door for you there. So,
what is an investment security, though, Serenity? Like, the SEC has decided that meme coins are collectibles. So, NFTs are collectibles. And any curious securitized on-contract arrangements that they have are not governed or protected by the SEC in any way, shape, form, or means. Cyril, you
I mean, self-custody is important, and two-factor authentication is important as well, but they've been using AI to break through 2FAs all the time. Perform KYCs. That's what they were doing with it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's fun.
Yeah. That's one way to put it.
It's a train wreck rating. It happens what it is.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Ashley, I haven't heard anything about the military munition factory. I don't know. I've been here, so I haven't heard anything about the news lately. But I'll definitely have to check it out later. So guys, last week. Do what?
I don't know what's that about, Seeker. The Wintermute. Seeker is saying anyone info on the Wintermute. I don't even know what news.
I'm reading that they got liquidated. Them and Crypto.com. No, not to alarm anyone, but that's the rumor.
Oh,
that's bad.
Okay.
I've never heard of Wintermute, so I don't even know who they are.
That's a different conversation.
That's not a Freaky Friday conversation.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, there is one because last Freaky Friday we were doing a $10 giveaway, but the audience was so small. There were only like 4 people in there that signed up and weren't paying attention. So we decided this week we're going to double it to $20, 20 USDC. And thank God the USDC did not go through the flash crash like everything else. So it's still $20 worth. So to enter, simply type in the chat #bubble. And we will be doing a drawing here before we close it out tonight. And one of you guys will win $20 USDC. All you'll have to do is, if you do win, take a screenshot that it is really you, and then DM me in Discord. And so, yeah, throw that in the chat there because I want to try to give this away to somebody to say, hey, thanks for hanging out with us on a Friday night and going down the crazy rabbit hole that we go in.
Bubble.
Bubble! The bubble! My bubble.
That's right, homies.
Bubble.
I was thinking of the lobster out of, was that The Little Mermaid? My bubbles.
Yeah.
and
Wait, so
please spell it right.
How do we do this again?
Are you thinking it's
#bubble.
Find Nemo?
Was it
Yes.
Finding Nemo? Yes.
It's Finding Nemo.
Other fish movie. Sorry, Finding Nemo. My bad. Told you, it's been a rough day. Thank you, Sai. You were absolutely right. I got my movie.
Serenity has not watched little kid movies in quite a while.
That's okay.
In his
But I
defense.
remember the little guy. I just remember him going around his chest. My bubbles. Sorry,
He's
my
not missing much. The only one that's made a splash is the K-pop Demon Hunters one.
I love that movie. I love it.
Yeah.
I saw it 3 days in a row.
Yeah, and that's why it made a splash.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I made a splash. It's a crossover hit across adults and teenagers and kids. So
It's
yeah.
good.
It's
Okay.
such a good movie, Smiley.
It's kind of scary because I don't know what that is, other than somebody said it's a mix in music, something in Taylor, like
I would describe
Something
the
in
movie
Taylor.
as an action-packed romp, Korean pop style flavored, and representing an epic classical showdown between good and evil, but done musically. So the music is like perfectly synced to all of the action sequences, and there's a lot of, there's a lot of syncopation and synchronicity when, really badass chicks are slashing up horrible demons who want to corrupt the world. Like it's satisfying.
And like one thing that kind of popped off a lot, it was blown up on TikTok, is the scene where the main bad guys do their song and that was like
Oh, yeah.
all the rage everywhere. It's like,
Oh yeah.
Soda pop.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
Soda
but
Pop and the
then-
other one, and Idol.
Then the Huntrix
Idol.
girls did their song opposed to it though, like it was like a dance off. So there be, you could see the TikTok trend springing up where like a bunch of dudes will pretend to be the guys and then the chicks will be the girls, and it's just like the trend writes itself.
You must.
It's funny because our director, who's like in his 70s, knows what that is, and a lot of us younger ones don't.
He has grandkids.
Apparently, he watches it with his grandkids.
Oh yeah, because it's just fun, and again, it's action packed, and there's some jokes that appeal to adults who would get it, who aren't like 12-year-olds. So it's funny and fun, and the music is actually not terrible. And if you actually know anything about K-pop, I'm really saying something because some of that gets really hokey. But
We need to ask Tiana about this because she
I'm
watches
definitely-
Korean stuff all the time.
K-dramas.
oh yeah.
It's also super catchy, like the one Soda Pop. Oh my goodness! The moment you hear it, it stays in your mind.
Yeah, and
And
they
then you
get
the next one, and build
they
it, and
got
build it.
real stars to do those songs. So the dudes who were doing the male demon sort of bad guy songs, right? Like those guys are real K-pop singers, and the women who were playing the main characters and doing those songs are also again real K-pop singers. So it's all in there.
It's really cool.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I have no idea. I've never heard
Yeah,
any of it, so
So
I'm
watch
lost.
it.
Well, the
Definitely
world of
watch it.
K-pop is its own universe. For those of you who are older, don't feel bad. It's basically Korea's version of NSYNC and Britney Spears and all of that, and their groups, and they do the dancing. It's the same thing, only it's modernized. So it's really popular, and the youth love it. That's my distillation.
Fair enough. Okay, good. Because I have not a clue. Ash says my kids are into it. I'm trying. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel
Ash,
you.
you're hitting me,
Actually, I
Joe.
feel you. I'm basically a baby boomer in this instance. I like grunge and rock and Poison and 80s metal and stuff. Like I'm into this K-pop stuff, but I've got some younger friends who have exposed me to it, and like you, I'm trying. I'm showing an interest because my friends are into it, but it's its own universe.
Fair enough.
It is.
Good
It's
to
a
know,
really fun
and-
universe.
Right now everything is its own universe, and it's scary no matter where you go. I don't. Is
And
it
it's
just
more
me, or
than
is it like-
Gangnam Style. Let me just say that it's more than like doing cowboy dances and doing the Gangnam Style. Like K-pop is a vast universe of like some of it's dark and in ballad-like and really personal, and it goes large places. And then other times it's really poppy and enjoyable, and it makes you want to dance. And that's what basically K-pop Demon Hunters is, an embrace of all of it. It's sort of like a celebration in that way of all of it. You kind of get a tour de France as you roam through the movie.
And they
Interesting,
incorporate
okay.
elements of Korean culture as well. Like I love the
Yeah,
little bird with the hat.
Yeah, big shout outs to Korean culture.
Yeah.
A lot of Korean people especially have expressed this, like, wow, this is the first time that Americans are really getting a mass media dose in the modern day of Korean culture, and that's a good thing. It's interesting.
And it's good to see different cultures come up, and I think we're seeing a major dominant shift in what cultures stand out. We've seen more and more of the Korean and the Asian and all these other cultures come into mainstream entertainment. So I'm not too surprised. And silence follows.
No, that's one of the reasons why I really loved crypto when I first joined. Was I met people from around the world, from different cultures, from different experiences, and I had to, and I'm still working on it, I had to learn to not be so ethnocentric, because I still say, hey, happy 4th of July, and then I'm like cringe inside. I'm like, okay, not everybody celebrates 4th of July, Smiley, and I have to remind myself that there are people from different, cultures, experiences, and traditions, and religions, and it just opens my mind, and I like that.
Absolutely. And I've used AI for a lot of that too, to try and research some of these other cultures. I'll hear something on a movie, or I've noticed a lot more. I don't know what's the right term. Indian individuals in different things, actors and stuff, seem to be more dominant. It's like, wow, they're really talented. They're really beautiful. They have a very elegant style to them, versus the clunky Americans. Like, damn, why don't we have more of these type of actors than these goofy ones that we have? Because it seems like we have missed out so much. And so I'm with you, Smiley. It's really neat to see these other cultures and start to dive into their history. And then once I see somebody who's like, okay, who is that? Where are they from? Oh, okay, well, what's that place like? And then I go down the rabbit hole. And that's one place I do use AI for the advanced searching, to find out, okay, what is it like and where they come from? It's like where you're at, Alpha, in South Africa. I've looked up different things like, okay, so what is the rent like? What is the lifestyle like? What are the temperatures like? And just learn a little bit about your area versus mine, because it's completely different.
I also have a friend who's Brit, and he's so funny because every time we talk on a call, he's like, I love your accent. And I'm like, I love your accent. It's just exposure to different people. And Alpha, the first time I heard him speak, and I didn't know what he looked like, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's got the most interesting accent. I'd never heard it before.
Yeah, you say that, and then another person was like, oh no, you sound like an old German guy. I'm still hurt to the day.
An old German guy? Really?
An old German guy, yes.
That is crazy.
At least Smiley tells me I like your accent, so I feel better about that.
It's very neat. I've never heard it before. And I still, to this day, haven't heard anybody speak quite with your accent.
It is unique. Even in South Africa, it's unique. I don't think I've heard anyone with my accent. That's shocking.
Why is that unique? Since most people around Idaho here sound like me. I'm in the Northwest. So why is yours unique to South Africa? I'm curious about that.
I don't know. Like, my accent is just somehow just unique. It's like it's got its own breed that somehow bred itself out of nowhere. I really don't understand how my accent came to be, but a lot of people always tell me, you sound so different. Where do you come from? Where are you from? Like, are you still from some upper class area or something? I'm just like, no, this is just how I speak. What do you mean? I'm speaking normal. And then one of the second kind of most popular languages here is Afrikaans. And my Afrikaans sounds even weirder. Oh my goodness. If people hear me speak Afrikaans, it's just like, what?
We have a lot of people here in Boise that speak the Afrikaans. And so hearing it, I have a hard time understanding it. If they don't slow down a little bit,
yes,
I get lost because they speak very quickly and very quietly. And especially with the men, I don't hear them well because they're the lower tones. So low and soft. I'm host. I can't understand a word they're saying. And I have to ask them to talk louder. So I'm like, say that again.
I've actually had to learn to speak slower, because in South Africa, we tend to speak a little faster. So when I am speaking here, generally, it will slip out and I'll speak fast like I am right now. But I've learned to be a little slower, so that everyone can catch up and hear me a little better, and round my words a little better, because I know that's also another thing. But yes, Afrikaans is so much worse. Oh my goodness. Like, I've grown up with Afrikaans, and sometimes I'll listen to a video or watch like a video on TikTok and someone speaking Afrikaans, and I'm sitting there buffering for like 5 seconds at a time, just trying to figure out what the hell the person just said. Because it's like, where did you get? You just said hello. What do you mean you're at like 3 paragraphs deep already?
When I think about it, it does sound a little bit like Dutch. Maybe that's why your friend thought you sounded like you were German.
Yeah, maybe. It's actually Tom Jones.
Well, and hey, keep this in mind, guys. Who Alpha learns English from and how actually might determine a lot of how he sounds. So if his teacher was European or Dutch or Norwegian, then it would explain the kind of a tint or a tinge in his accent. Right. And this is very cross-lingual. when my father learned Spanish, he learned from a guy who spoke like an Argentinian. So he would do this lisp, like caza. It's not casa, it's caza. Like, and you'll learn that there's actually a number of sort of Spanish regional dialects that'll have lisps versus having a hard S. And it's the same language, but it's a very distinct way of speaking.
No, that's
Yeah,
true,
my
because-
Spanish
Sorry.
my Spanish instructor in school was actually from Spain, and a lot of his work from I can't remember which region it was, but they did have the lisp, and none of us
Yes.
had been taught that way, and so he was
Mhm.
always trying to correct us.
Yeah, he wants you to speak like proper Spanish, like from
Right.
Espanol Spanish.
It was high Spanish versus low.
Yeah, and it depends on who you're learning from and who you're talking to on that point. I mean, I've spoken to many a Mexican who were hard on the S's, and they were like, "Está bien ese."
And I think that goes with anything we learn, not just the way we speak, but the way we think about things, the way, whether it's crypto, it's finances, it's the way we work. I actually got a call from a guy I worked with 5 years ago, and he called me just to say thank you. Like, hey, what you taught us when you were a supervisor as an electrician, to seize every day, make it the best, practice safety, efficiency, but have fun while doing it. Leave home at home and work at work, and just live with that positive attitude. It's like I still carry that today. And so it's interesting how we learn things and who we learn them from can shape so many different lives. And so that's why it's so important of what we do share or what we do teach or how we interact, I think has a lasting effect on everyone. And so just like with AI or anything else, if it's teaching us gibberish or hallucinations, as it does, that's kind of scary what we're going to look like.
It's the indication it's right.
So are we doing the wiggle bugs, or are we doing a?
We're going to do the giveaway here in a second. We got a couple. Yeah. See, this is why I don't talk well.
If you can give me the list, we can do the wiggle bags. Grabfish.
I want the wiggle bugs.
I don't have a list. It just collects them as we go.
No.
Alpha, if you want to go back through the chat and collect them, man, we'll do the wiggle bugs. We can absolutely do
You know
that.
what? I will do it. I will do
I
it.
missed the
for the
wiggle
bugs.
bugs.
I will do it
You
for the
will.
bugs.
Do it for the
Thank
bugs.
you.
Go for the bugs.
For the bugs.
So-
Now I just need like 5 minutes.
I don't remember what they're called, but they're wiggly
Grubfish.
bugs. Grubfish.
Grubfish.
Thank you.
So
See, they're bugs.
yes,
Well, guys, I
So-
have to get going, but I wanted to say thank you very much for having me. This was a lot of fun.
absolutely, Smiley. You are
Thank you.
always welcome, dear.
It was
We
good to
miss
see
you.
you, Smiley.
Really good to see you,
Bye.
Smiley.
Thanks, Nexus. Have a good night,
you.
everybody.
You have a good night.
You too. I hope
Thank
everything's
you.
going
Bye.
great. And don't be a stranger. We miss having you, dear.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye, dear.
Bye.
Okay. Well, Alpha, since we are so close to time, because we're close to time, what do we do? The
We're actually
wiggle bugs next
overtime.
week? No, I got 4 minutes left.
We
Oh no,
kept
it's
this
6:30.
for an hour
We
and
are
a half.
way over. Oh my god, yeah.
It's such a good stream, bro.
It has been. It has been way over. So, and I got one more surprise on the outro, guys. So stick around because we are not done. Because I'm going to give you a sneak peek, first ever visual of something from Sonic Siren Studio. So hang tight. But first, let's go ahead and do the giveaway here real quick.
How many people are there? Because I think I got everyone. 1, 2,
6.
3, 4, 5,
Oh, let's
6.
put
Yeah, I
yours
got
up there.
6. I
We'll
got
remove
it.
you. We'll add it. Okay. So
Wigglefish.
everybody, if you haven't
Wiggle
done
bug.
it yet, hashtag bubble in the chat right now for the giveaway. We're going to start it in about 10 seconds. Okay.
It's basically everyone on stream and Odin. We should just bring
Except
Odin
me,
into the
I
stream,
didn't.
and then I feel better about it.
We should, yeah. Yeah. Hey, I'm not on. I'm not in. So,
Me either.
well,
And Smiley
guys,
didn't either. Damn.
and I see
Look
we
at
have
that
12
smile.
people watching live. If you're watching right now, type in the chat hashtag bubble. Really simple. There you go. Switch to that one. Add to stage, remove from stage, add to stage. There you go. Type that in the chat right now to get in the giveaway. We're going to give away $20 of USDC. So that's all you got to do. Really simple.
Just say bubble. Hashtag bubble.
There you go. Tell us, Randy,
That's
how
right, a
you
wild
feel
card.
about the AI bubble. Yeah, exactly. There you go. We got Ashley.
Thank you,
Okay.
Ashley. Thank you. Please include Ashley. Good God. I
Yes.
would give her
Ashley was
12 and
already
a half
up there.
bucks.
She's
She
in there.
was? Oh, she is in there. Yes, she is. Okay.
We made sure she's in. Okay, guys. Alpha, you're spinning. Ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dance 'em. Oh, it's wiggly. It's wiggly.
It's wiggle bugs.
Wait,
Look at
wait.
us go.
Wait, it's like pool? Or how is it?
Oh,
It's just
One day.
very brutal.
Oh, we just lose.
I'm about to
Why
explode.
is
I
Alpha
think it
still
got
kicking?
Ashley.
Oh, I got wasted. It's over.
Oh, that
It's so over. Sell the bottom.
Sorry,
It's over.
Ashley. Sorry, Nexus.
Oh.
Oh,
yes.
oh,
Okay.
what?
Hey,
bubble.
Okay.
Alpha and is still in it. Can Odin avoid the chainsaw long enough? Oh,
that
it
was
was close.
Oh, no.
It was so close there.
Rigged. The bubble's not supposed
Oh,
to
that
be in
wasn't
there.
even fair. That wasn't even fair. Odin at number 2. I'm pulling for my man Odin. I'm sorry.
Odin
I was
just
pulling for
randomly
Odin.
exploded.
It wasn't even fair, man. RNG was brutal.
And bubble
But it
wasn't
got
even
fire, so-
supposed to be there, so it threw everything.
Yeah.
Right.
And Odin just randomly exploded.
It does
No,
happen.
yeah, it happens. It's part of the game where someone will just
Hey, I
got
approve of
unlucky.
Odin
Sorry,
getting the
Odin.
little flame. I don't even know what the little flame means, but he's MVP. I'm just saying, Odin MVP.
I think
He
that
went
means
so hard
took
he
out
popped.
someone. Yeah, he took out
He
someone. So
did. Thanks for the wiggle bugs, because you know what? I missed the wiggle bugs.
Absolutely. So, yeah, so Alpha, you were the winner. Unless you would like to pass that to Odin, I will leave that choice to you, my man.
That
think
was
we-
a
I think
really
Odin
entertaining
deserved it.
contest. I think Alpha and Odin should split it 50-50.
That
There
idea.
you go.
okay. Now let's just
Hideous
pass it to Odin.
combustion, yeah.
Give it to Odin?
Let's pass it
Okay.
to Odin.
So,
Give
Odin,
it to
here's what you
Odin.
do.
All right,
Odin.
Odin, congratulations, Mr.
Congrats,
Winner.
buddy. Take a screenshot to prove it's you. Shoot me a DM in Down Home Crypto and send me your wallet address, and I will get that over to you, buddy. Just make sure you verify it's you, because otherwise, other people in here, the scammers, they are going to be spamming me. So I got to make sure it's you, buddy.
Yeah.
No,
So-
Mr. Serenity, I am the real Odin. You should give me the money.
Exactly.
If you're down, that's good. Down Crypto does good by scanning the link in the
There you go. See, that makes it really easy.
left.
Now, of course,
I
if you're
don't know
watching
why.
this on your phone, that makes it really counterproductive, though, then, doesn't it, Alpha?
Yeah. It could
Yeah.
be a little bit. Put it on your
But-
TV and then scan it there. Problem solved.
See, that works. That works. So, guys, we did go way over, and I do apologize. My time has been screwed up today. My whole brain has, so I do apologize for that. Like I said, I've got a special outro for you, which is a one-of-a-kind, first ever released song from Sonic Siren Studios. Now, if you
That
haven't
is
heard
a
of Sonic
mega
Siren, this mega hash. My
It's a
bad.
mega.
Thank you.
Mm.
Let me fix that.
It's a
I am so. Thank you, Alpha. Also, the creator of Sonic Sirens. Crap. Sai, you got the link. Why is it not coming up?
oh no.
See, this is the way it works.
Yeah, I'll shoot you a link.
Thank you. Why is it not coming up?
See,
Well,
this
fine.
is why we can't have nice things.
There we go. Okay.
Did you get it? Did you
mega
get
hash.
it? Okay,
Yes.
you got it. Okay, cool.
Okay. So
Yeah, there you go.
there we go. I didn't copy the link yet. So good. So, man. Okay. Let me pause for a second. My brain is like spinning out of control right this second. So this is done by Mega Hash, who is also the same creator of Sonic Siren Studio. So it's both.
Yeah.
But Sai, give us a difference. What is the difference between Sonic Siren Studio and Mega Hash? Why are there two?
Well, Sonic Siren, I definitely sink a lot more time and effort into to produce much higher quality stuff. And it's all specific towards, it's kind of like, music for the soul, right? And Mega Hash tends to be more like statement oriented. And it's more of a mashup, and you're going to find all sorts of different types of styles.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Okay, so yes, as you guys know, the Serenity song was absolutely a one-of-a-kind creation from Sonic Siren. Thank you, Sai. I absolutely love it, and it is now the signature song of Down Home Crypto. But Mega Hash, now this is a little more intense. So for anybody who might not like some of these messages, or you might have a very passionate feel, I can almost guarantee you're going to find something that spreads that feel to the world. You're frustrated with what's going on. There's a song here on Mega Hash that's going to talk all about it. Which channel do I post a screenshot? Send me a DM, Odin.
DM.
Yeah, DM me directly. That way I can get you squared away. So before we call it a night tonight, is there anything we didn't cover on the AI bubble that you guys want to give advice to before we fire up the outro song?
Just believe none of what you hear and about half of what you see. And definitely put on your critical thinking hat as we go out into the void.
Yeah, be careful what you believe. AI is confused sometimes.
Yeah.
And other
Like
times it's
lots of
downright
times.
lies.
Lots of hallucinations.
I love it. When the AI does it's called a hallucination. When we do it, we flat out lie. It's called perjury. Go figure.
Yeah, if only I could get government protection for 10 plus years. That'd be awesome.
Right. Who's Alfie? You playing with my buttons again?
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
no, I have
totally
nothing. Everyone covered. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, CK. Great
See
having you
ya.
here, brother. Okay, guys. As always, have a safe weekend. Be safe out there because, yeah, the AI is making things look so real. It's hard to tell the difference between fact and fiction. So do your own research. Don't listen to anybody else and decide what's right for you because only you know your situation. So with that, going to leave you out with a Mega Hash original, first ever, right here on Down Home Crypto. Love you guys. Have a great weekend.
Let's
go.
See ya.
It's still burning. Tell me what we're breathing in. Ashes fall, we play the game. Scrolling rage, it fuels the flame. Speak the truth, they shift the frame. Different faces, still the same. March for justice, scream your name. Then forget it's such a shame. Hope's a drug and we abstain. Living broke while they stack the fame. Tell me what's the land of the free when I'm scared of who's watching me. Cam on the pole, eyes in the phone, still feeling so alone. I'm breathing smoke, I cry for peace. Still they say, man, don't make a scene. But I ain't built for hushing pain. I bleed in rhythm, not in vain. Oh, this ain't rage, it's clarity. This ain't fear, it's therapy. Can't fix the system from within, so I burn it down, then start again. Screens divide, we reap what we sow. Trust is cheap, it comes and goes. Built on fear, the pace is slow. Truth gets drowned beneath the show. Tell me lies and call it woke. Freedom's gasping, start to choke. Leaders rich, the people low. Smile on camera, hearts don't glow. Tell me what you really mean. Is justice just a luxury? Cause I've been begging for relief, but they just tighten every leash. I breathe in smoke, I cry in peace. Still they say, boy, don't make a scene. But I ain't built for hushing pain. I bleed in rhythm, not in vain. This ain't rage, it's clarity. This ain't fear, it's therapy. If peace don't knock, I kick it in. Sing like fire through the wind. Truth in my veins, I still believe. Even when they try to dim my spark, I glow in the dark.